Bella ragazzi, my name is Spats and I am the admin of a very nice and interesting group on Facebook. We are newcomers and expats against scams and rip-offs. Please have a visit, you will see it in the comment. In the comment I'll also add a video by Andrea from Arepas for dinner. Please have a look at it. It will explain you everything that is happening at the moment here in Prague. What's the topic? Real estate. I know, just like Andrea will tell you, this is not a very easy video to make, and consider that this is my very first video ever on YouTube, on Facebook. So I apologize if it doesn't sound nice, if it doesn't look nice. This is just what I am, and so on and so on. Now, another disclaimer, this is just my personal opinion. It's based on a lot of common sense and a lot of data. That's why you should have a look at Andrea from Arepas for dinner, because it's really a fantastic piece of work. She explains the whole situation with data. Very important. Data. Independent data. The reason why I'm making a video here is just because I want to answer especially 3 questions that people in my group asked me. The first one is, why are prices rising in real estate at the moment in the Czech Republic? There's no easy answer to provide. For sure, we know that when I arrived here 6 years ago, this is like 2014, I remember a 3-room apartment would cost around 3 million, obviously not in the city center and so on. The very same apartment would cost you now around 6 million. So prices in the last 6 years simply doubled. Why is that? It's speculation, my friends. This is my personal opinion, obviously, but it's pure speculation. Half of the market is made of people buying, obviously in the real estate, is made by people that are investors. These are professionals, mostly Chinese and Russian, but not only. There can be people even from Italy, my country, for example, or anywhere, even the States. For them, it's not a problem because they don't need to have a mortgage for that. The second part, like the other 50%, are people that reside here most probably and rely on Czech income. This means a Czech salary. Now, Czech salaries at the moment are around, the average salary, the average net salary is around 30,000 crowns. Obviously, a 2-room apartment at the moment wouldn't cost you less than 20,000. Now, already from this, you can understand that you are paying a little bit more than 30% of your income just to pay for a rent. And the current prices for buying are not less than 6 million in a place like Hostivaš. I love Hostivaš, don't get me wrong. I was even looking for an apartment there, but it's very hard to find and will cost you 6 million. So a nice 2-room apartment or a 3-room or very small 3-room apartment would be around 7.5. Now, we're talking about places that are extremely far. I drive, I have a car, but believe me, it's far from the city center, and it's far also from pretty much, companies have offices usually in Pankratz, Nové Butovice, Jinonice, and the city center. These are mostly the places where they are. So it's not very close. So this is a reason why prices are rising. They will tell you that obviously the demand is way lower than higher than the offer. They will tell you there's a lot of people coming to Prague to work here. There's a huge community of foreigners, which is true. It's absolutely true. But what they don't tell you is that the average salary is hella low. And most of the jobs that you can get in Prague nowadays will pay pretty much 30,000, 35,000. If you're lucky, you do 45,000. Now, I'm a professional and established one. I'm not that young anymore. My situation is different. I earn way above the average still. Yet, I'm not able to buy an apartment myself. Why is that? Very simple. A mortgage calculation at the moment for a two-room apartment would be around, as I said, 5 million, 7 millions, and this would account for around 25,000 crowns. So buying with a mortgage is more expensive than renting. This is the first thing that is not normal. Usually renting is a little bit more expensive than buying. So that's why, people buy, yeah? So this is the reason. Don't believe that it's only because there are not enough apartments, yeah? Because it's not entirely true. It's not entirely true. Then buying or renting, what's the best? Very simple. If you can't afford it, don't buy. If you can't afford a 30-year mortgage, let's say around 25,000 crowns, and your salary is around 30, 35, even 40, 45,000 crowns net every month, don't buy. You will be severely cost burdened. Paying over mortgage shouldn't exceed 30% of your salary. This means don't buy. Yeah, but Pasquale, I got married, I have children and so on. You can't afford it. You can't afford it. If you earn these salaries, which are the average salaries here in Prague, this means that some people even earn less. Don't even get me started there. Some people even earn less, and it's not some, like a few folks. It's a lot of people. Yeah, obviously the average salary is different. A lot of expats. I prefer to call myself an immigrant because that's what I am. I've been living here for 6 years. I'm a permanent resident. There's no way. Because the average mortgage, and please watch again Andrea's video, but the average, the mortgages that have been offered, usually it's like a 30-year-old one, a 30-year mortgage, or a 40-year mortgage. You don't want to get in debt for 40 years of your life. One thing is also that very often, actually, the only offers that I got from banks were mortgages without a fixed interest rate, and this is also dangerous, obviously, yeah, because obviously nowadays their interest rates are super low. But believe me, one day they will not be super low, yeah. And if you are paying at the moment double price, twice as much as 6 years ago, believe me, you can get even 0%. You still have to pay a double price. And I really doubt that your salary doubled in the last 6 years. So be very careful. Obviously, this is just a suggestion. You can do whatever you want, but believe me, real estate markets crash. They do crash. It's not true, because I hear a lot of Czech people, they are my friends, a lot of foreigners that say, no, it will never crash in Prague. Let's see that. This year, the GDP is expected to decrease -8%. Unemployment, which used to be in Prague, we're talking about Prague only. Unemployment, which used to be in Prague 2%, super low, right? It will triple, and it will go up to 6%. This is all data from the European Union, the European Commission. It's not my personal data. It's not my personal opinion. This is data. Yeah, these are data. You can go have a look on the European website. All you have to do is write recession Czech Republic 2020, and you will find it, even just by Google, simply Googling it. Now, this data is extremely optimistic. At least that's what a lot of analysts say. But let's say that this is what's going to happen. Now, all the neighbors, the neighboring countries, Germany, Austria, they will be all in recession, even higher than Czech Republic. So if you think that these folks will have the dough to just come and have vacation in Prague, visit Mariánske Lázně, go to Karlovy Vary, I think you're very wrong. And this is one of the things. Believe me, I saw a lot of restaurants shutting down because they had their business completely going down, you know? Some of them are earning 1/3 of they were making, and it's been months, you know? And now they're talking about even reintroducing a lot of restrictions, and this will not be good for businesses. It's, as a matter of fact, I'm a salesman. I don't work in the real estate. I work in an IT field, completely different thing. I have nothing to do. I don't have a conflict of interest. I don't own a property in Prague. I am just like you. Yes, you're watching this video right now because you're frustrated. You cannot buy anything in Prague. So what you should do, don't buy. Simple as that. Rent and wait. If you have to rely on mortgage with these conditions, with common sense, don't do it. You cannot simply afford it. There's nothing bad in accepting that. What I think we should do, and this is about the third question, because I'm telling you, the average price at the moment is 3 million crowns. 3 million crowns per room. Per room, that's right. This means that a 2-room apartment would cost you 6 million crowns. A 3-room apartment would cost you 9 million crowns. You will find some apartments, 3-room apartments for 7 million, and then you need to redo something, redecorate, and believe me, that stuff costs a lot of dough. You don't want to spend that because you don't have it. If you had it, I would tell you not to buy anyways, because according to me, one day we will see the market crash. But, you know, if you got money in the pocket and you want to spend it, it's fine. But relying on credit, on, just read it, debt, is crazy. It's crazy. Also because you rely on Czech employment. I can tell you, the type of jobs that are here are completely different. If you want me to make a video about employers, in general, the job market in Prague, I will be very happy to do it. Now, what can we do? This is a situation we should rent, right? Better rent than getting into debts for 30 years at a super high mortgage installment, right? That we cannot afford. So what should we do? There's not much we can do. The only thing we can do is wait and rent. You can always do like a lot of folks are doing at the moment, going and living outside Prague. It's fine now because a lot of people are working from home office. Teleworking is fine, so you don't really need to be in Prague. But if one day you will need to live in Prague, forget about it even now because there's a lot of traffic. Believe me. I'm not talking only about on Mondays in the morning where it's impossible to get into Prague, you know, at a reasonable time unless you are driving at 4 a.m. But believe me, it's uncomfortable, and the problem is that prices are skyrocketing even there. Obviously not like in Prague, but they go up. Think about Kralupy, for example. It's basically 1 million cheaper. Now, do you want to spend 1 million cheaper and have the same problem? I don't think so, right? And the problem of, you know, commuting and so on, I don't think you want to do it, but, you know, it's just a suggestion. Again, so what can we do in the future? There's not much we can do. We can only wait and see. Probably the market will crash. Is it going to crash tomorrow? I don't think so. Is it going to crash in 1 year? I don't know. Nobody can tell. Nobody. All I can tell you is that this is pure real estate madness. And you don't want to be part of it. I'm pretty sure. Then, you know, what we can do, what can we do concretely? We need to take some action. We need to have the government doing something about it, because 50% of the people that are buying apartments are not even people. They are investors, they are companies. Now, they made the prices double in 6 years. Does this really help our community? I don't think so. I know that they have the right to, and I know that it's perfectly legal to do that. But I think if you're a legislator, you have to limit this type of activity because it's really having a super huge impact on the society, on this community. Now, is it going to happen? For example, saying that the government will allow just residents like us to buy apartments first, and then if there's something left, they will allow all these investors. I really doubt it. There's a lot of conflict of interests, and I don't think this will happen. This is in an ideal world. What about social housing? I'm not a big fan of it. It could help. It could help, yes. But I think that we need to, number one, speed up all the bureaucracy because it's really killing, because we need more apartments, but building more apartments is not the solution. It's just part of the solution. We need to have restrictions on people investing. That's the only way. Because these fat cats are making the market go up. The prices go up. And that's what we don't need. This is super, super important. So this is really it's really important. Things may get better. Prague is still a very nice place to live. But believe me, if you're relying on Czech employment, if you want to buy a property with a mortgage, just don't do it. Just don't do it. That's it. If you have a lot of pounds, British pounds in your pocket, really a lot, because it's becoming expensive here too. It's already super expensive. Prague is the worst place after Paris to buy, obviously in proportion with your Czech salary. I got a Czech salary. I don't know what you have, but believe me, it's expensive as hell, and it's not worth it. If you cannot buy it, you shouldn't buy it. Now, in Prague, in 2019, they registered, they saw that there was the highest access to mortgages in the whole Czech history. This is super dangerous. Why? Very simple. These people got a mortgage with the worst time possible for prices, because prices are super high. Sometimes I see prices and I feel offended. They are offensive for common sense. When you see 12 million for a 3-room apartment below 100 square meters outside the city center. It's crazy. It's crazy. But that's the way it is at the moment. And it won't improve. So, dear friends, what should you do? Rent and wait. Something may happen. Something may happen. For sure, our salaries will not double in the next 2-3 years with a recession. Yeah? And nobody knows what's going to happen. Nobody. Be cautious. Be cautious. Don't get into debts for nothing. But this is my personal opinion. Thank you so much and have a nice day, guys.